Welcome back, everyone, to another deep dive.
Yeah.
We love getting your submissions, your cryptic messages, and your requests for us to sort of, dig in and try to figure out what the heck's going on.
Right.
And so today we have kind of a doozy. It's just this little snippet that somebody sent us.
Yeah.
It's emotionally charged. It's clearly like a personal letter or a message.
Yeah.
But it's addressed to a super goddess. So that's kind of interesting right off the bat.
Right off the bat.
And it's talking about a complex relationship and hurt feelings and a desire for connection. I'm really curious what you make of all this.
Well, what jumps out at me right away is just the emotional intensity of the language.
Yeah.
And you got these phrases like angel of delight and sexy muse.
Yeah.
Those are pretty strong words,
Yeah, and it's interesting that it's super goddess.
Yeah.
That's the phrase that's used.
Almost like idolization, right?
Yeah.
It makes you wonder about the power dynamic in this relationship.
Yeah, was it always balanced or is there, what's going on there?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then, you see this plea for communication.
Oh, yeah.
Do I still exist in any way as real in your world?
Yeah, there's this real desperation to be acknowledged.
Yeah, they're looking for any sign, any energy and validation.
And then, you see these other little words kind of sprinkled in there, these negativities and different experiences and damage. What is...
Yeah, what's that about?
What's that about?
Right? There's something there, some event or series of events.
Yeah, tiptoeing around.
They're not fully addressing it, but you can tell something happened.
Right, you think it was a slow burn?
Yeah.
Just a slow erosion of the relationship? Or was there one big explosion?
Or was it a big,
Funny.
Right, what was the catalyst?
Yeah. And they also talk about, wanting to find some light again after being pulled into a depression.
Yeah.
So, it almost sounds like they're blaming the recipient a little bit for their emotional state.
It's interesting, right? Because there's this shift in the message where it starts out, expressing their own hurt, but then it kind of points the finger back at the super goddess, and their negativity.
Yeah.
It's almost like a defense mechanism or something.
Yeah. Yeah.
Shifting the blame.
And it's interesting, too, this whole, holding on and letting go.
Yeah.
There's this mention of Anjuna.
Anjuna.
And I looked it up.
Okay.
It's a beach town in India.
Oh, wow.
A really popular one. So if this was a place that they shared,
yeah,
it adds this whole other layer of
oh, it's very evocative.
Longing.
Yeah.
Remember this, remember us.
Yeah, but it's also, using those memories.
Yeah.
It can be manipulative.
Oh, for sure, for sure.
Especially when you combine it with I still love you like I always did.
Yeah, there's this push and pull,
Just come back, but also.
Yeah, I want you back.
You hurt me.
Yeah, but I need you to respect my choice.
Right, there are boundaries.
So
a little bit.
Clearly struggling with letting go, but still holding on to hope.
Absolutely.
And then it all comes down to that final question.
Yeah.
Are you free enough this time to have a coffee with me?
Oh, it's so loaded.
So loaded.
That one little question.
That's the weight of their entire history.
Their whole history.
Yeah, and it really puts the recipient, in a tough spot.
Yeah, what do you even say to that?
How do you respond to that,
Right, right.
So I'm going to put it to you. What would you do?
Oh, me personally?
Yeah, if you got this message.
I don't know. I think it would depend.
Yeah.
Are you drawn in by that raw emotion?
Yeah.
Or are you put off by the, potential manipulation?
Yeah, would you meet for that coffee?
That's a tough one.
Yeah.
I'd have to think about it.
Yeah, and it's interesting because it's even in this day and age,
yeah,
with all of our technology and our, ability to communicate.
Our devices.
Yeah, we still run into these
same problems.
Yeah, communication is still so hard.
It's a minefield.
Yeah, it really is. And, this message might not give us all the answers.
Right.
But it definitely gives us a lot to think about.
A lot to think about.
Yeah.
Human relationships.
Complicated.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you again for tuning into another deep dive. And thank you for sending us this message.
Yeah, this was a good one.
It was a good one. We'll be back again soon with more cryptic stuff, so keep sending it our way.
Please do.
All right. We'll see you next time.
See you later.
Bye.